One Key is a travel awards program designed for anyone who goes anywhere. Wow, that's a large group. Use and earn One Key rewards on Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo, so you can earn One Key cash on a cruise, then use it on an eligible vacation home. Yeah, you'll start saving as soon as you join. Take a flight, pick a rental car, stay 3 nights in a hotel, and get to Silver Tier in a single trip. And Silver, Gold, and Platinum members get extra perks like room upgrades, where available, and free breakfast. Oh man, that's my favorite breakfast. Unlock rewards on your next trip with One Key. Rewards on any way you travel. Guys, I'm gonna let you go because you have...
Wouldn't you like to get some part of this interview that's usable?
This is... What, you're a young lad. You've listened to some of my... I'm gonna say this is my favorite episode maybe ever. This is one of my...
certainly
This
mine.
is a spectacular episode.
I'm just going back over why we're doing it.
It's because of your admiration for me and my work.
Well,
that's
this is a
true.
very, very famous podcast.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I know
And
that.
so we should be honored to be part of it.
You couldn't get it. You couldn't say it with a straight face.
Hey, after this, let's you and me go and cash our checks. Let's do it. But we need a big bank. Yeah. I mean, not every bank.
I have ideas. Maybe we'll get some cash and some just a cashier's check.
Yeah. And I have a servant with me. He could carry the bullion.
You know, you guys have always kept in touch.
Yeah.
That's what I like about you. You never got in the bubble. You're out there.
Oh, I'm of the people. It's always
Kept in touch with whom? What do you mean?
You're just in touch with the people.
Oh,
the common
right.
man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to the bank. You'll probably have to stop and get a wheelbarrow. But you do it in a humble way.
Would you say that with success you changed?
I'm pausing. You can't help but change, but I'd say I have changed for the better with success. That's what I
that's
think.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you probably disagree.
I was gonna say I can't wait to
Well, when
phone
did you
others.
meet? When did you know Steve? I mean, you must
I met him in Three Amigos, 85, July.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And then we became great friends. And then you make that decision of whether you're going to just have that 2-month experience of making a movie and never see someone again or not. And I think we both chose to keep hanging.
It's just interesting you bring up Three Amigos because you made that movie. It came out and it, did what it did, but then it goes on, and I don't know when it happened, but within maybe 10 years of it coming out, there's this whole generation that seizes that movie and says, this is one of our favorite movies. And it has grown since then in a way that I think is well deserved, but it's kind of fascinating to me. Were you aware of that happening?
That's what happens with a lot of my movies, except for the 10-year part where they like it. Well, I've always found that you never know if a movie is a hit or a success till 10 years goes by. Because some movies are big hits when they come out, and then you never hear of them again.
Right.
And then some movies tend to grow. I was surprised. In fact, we got a call from a magazine in London, and they said, it was a film magazine. They said, we want to put you, Marty, and Chevy on the cover. And we said, why? And they said, well, it's the 25th anniversary of Three Amigos. I said, you care? And that's when I started noting that there was some kind of thing happening with
it. It's got this whole other life, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen, they'll ask various rock musicians, artists, athletes, just anyone, politicians list favorite movies, and then Three Amigos keeps popping up in there, which is really great.
Well, Steve wrote it.
Well, with Lorne Michaels and Randy Newman.
That's right. But
you said you wrote the funniest part.
Yeah. No, actually, Randy Newman wrote my favorite joke in the whole thing. And it's when El Guapo, it's his birthday, and all his men are celebrating, and he opens a package, and he goes, it's a sweater.
I love the canteen joke so much that you're both, the three of you are running out of water.
Canteen.
The canteen, and just there's you barely enough, and then just luxuriating
I like
spitting out. Yeah, lip balm is so fantastic.
my favorite joke is we spangly outfits, and I go up to the bartender and say, "Excuse me, we're not Mexicans." We're from out of town.
Was it fun to make?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was.
We were actually, in Arizona and on locations and building these beautiful sets. Yeah.
It's just one of those, because sometimes I've known when you're having a blast making something, I sometimes get worried. If you're having a really good time making something, that this means it won't be good. Well, guys, what's the plan for the rest of the day? I'm sure you've blocked out a whole chunk of time with me.
Well, I've got to do my 5BX workout.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
I was going to say you look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And today it's ab day. So I'm going to work on the abs. And that's most of the day.
Yeah.
Hard for you, when you say that, for me not to think of your role on Arrested Development, where you're
Culture.
the bullet, shoot me. And my son adores that show. So the times that you've been around, as much as you've done, you never know what's going to get people.
Yeah.
And he's seen and really liked your other work, but you as the bullet, whatever, isn't that your
I was a guy, I was not so old, I was their uncle, that my legs didn't work and I had to be carried around.
Oh, right, I know
by a big
about
strong
that.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we kept adding jokes, and at one point I said, "To the nuts!" And they put me down to Jason Bateman's testicles, and I went, "Bridge mix. And I meant they put me on a table to eat.
But it's just so nice that you do these different things. You never know what's going to catch with who. And then, my son, who now is 17, but at the time he was seeing it, he was like 12. And he was like, well, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, well, he's at the, he's coming over tonight. And it's lovely. It's very nice. Gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you, Conan.
I want to let you go.
Thank you very much.
Think about the cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Of course.
I will play a small part I have a tendency to shoot the lens. I look right into the lens.
Wow, good.
Yeah, what would it be?
Yeah. It's
A
funny because
Shrek-like monster crushes townspeople and then is arrested for murder. Something like that.
but I like
Why? Why do I goad you? Why do I ask for more?
I like Conan's approach because most actors try not to look into the lens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have a small role where I'm literally carrying crab cakes in the background at the nice West Side apartment, and I stop and I turn and look right into the lens and freeze. And that's what we're gonna do. Oh, Steve's taking a call.
No. Oh. No, I'm looking at my plans for the rest of the day because you asked, and then I realized I have none.
Okay. Well, perfect.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Guys, you both mean the world to me, and this is like I don't know. We will never top this episode, and I know that you're being self-effacing and saying we've killed time is an absolute joy. Absolute
thank
joy.
you, Conan.
I bow to both of you.
It too.
I
bow
love
to
you.
you.
Well, let's not get crazy.
And obviously, we've both been influences, but which one a little bit more? Oh, me.
Oh,
You can't see everybody. He's looking at me. Thanks, Conan.